But you got to understand, your heart is already there. Like, you give her a chance.
Mm-hmm.
It might just be this, and, it might be that. And then, at the same time, same breath, you still drinking. So you ignoring it, like, you know what, don't even worry about it. Get drunk. That way you ain't got to deal with it.
Don't even worry about it. Get drunk.
Yeah, just get drunk.
What was your drink?
I was drinking Tanqueray, Milwaukee's Best Ice. I was smoking weed.
Oh, you getting drunk and high.
Yeah, I was.
Party! How much would you drink? Let's say in a day.
I start my day out from like the night before, because I always had something sitting right there by the side of the bed for when I get up.
So you wake up drinking, or smoking weed.
Yeah, I won't eat. Just like now, I'm gonna tell you, man, I love breakfast, and I'm getting her to love breakfast now, because breakfast is still your whole buzz.
It'll steal your buzz?
Oh yeah, you'll come down.
Okay.
Then you gotta force it back into you. So, but yeah, it's, you wanna keep that buzz with you, and you wanna still feel good.
You want, yeah.
So
just drinking and smoking, it just made you feel good.
Yeah, that's
so whatever you was going through,
you eliminated because
made you feel bad, but eliminated because you.
Yeah, because I'm feeling good. I'm doing stuff that ignore it. But like I said, the problem's still there. It's just waiting on you to come down.
Wow.
So as soon as you come down, you're going to think about it. But as soon as you think about it, you rushing right back, so you ain't got to worry about it.
That's getting high. Getting high when you're trying to get above the problem.
Yeah.
That's why you get high and stay high. But guess what happens? You come right on down, and your problem's still there.
And still there waiting on it. Hey, this is supposed to happen. It's a lot, man. I don't miss none of it, but and I don't regret it, because guess what? It taught me a lot. And I always said, I was probably like, my brother died when I was 32. Probably when I was like 38 to 40. I said, when I turn 50, I want to stop drinking. And I actually did. I did, right, like a couple months before I turned 50.
Was this just a choice that you made, or something happened?
It wasn't my kids, that's what it was. My kids, because they was like I was embarrassing them, but I'm not thinking of it as embarrassment. Like, I was loving to have fun. I was used to that. And people that drink and all that, they feel that that's a normal life, and it's not. It's not.
Well, it was your norm.
Yeah, it's everybody that stay intoxicated and on drugs. That's their normal life.
But you saying it wasn't a good life.
Yeah, yes, it do be a good life. Yes, it do, because you experience a lot.
So you say you quit at 50. You went
No, before 50.
You wanted to quit before 50?
Yeah, I said I wanted to quit at 50, but I quit before 50.
But you quit it early. Okay. When did you know you had a problem?
I always knew I had a problem. I just couldn't. I wasn't that strong to stop. I was always making an excuse. Me and my ex-wife, I stopped for about like 3-4 days, and something good will happen, and I'd be like, let's go celebrate.
You want to celebrate, and that means get high. Get drunk.
And she used to be like, I thought we was going to stop drinking. Hell no, we celebrating. It's something, whatever it can be.
Wait, so she used to drink with you?
Yeah, she was drinking. My ex-wife, man, we was both.
Oh, that was your ex-wife?
Yeah, it was my ex-wife.
Okay.
I think every relationship I had, they either smoked weed or drunk.
Mm.
I didn't deal with women that smoke cigarettes.
Mm.
But like I said, that's when you enter that world, you think that's the normal life. It's the normal life for a lot of people that think that, for real.
Mm-hmm.
But they actually said in treatment, I was living a double life. Because now I'm not intoxicated and high. I'm like clear-headed and sober. And I can actually think and visualize some stuff things that I would never thought about doing if I was drinking and everything. And it'd be times I'd be like, I think about it like, dang, I wish I had a beer or but it's like, I feel like this, if I was to wake up that beast, I would lose everything. And from these 16 months that I done been sober and everything, I done gained so much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about just like that, gained so much.
So you've been sober and clean? Free
Yeah,
from marijuana?
I ain't touched
months?
nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing, and I'm proud of it.
Wow.
And that's like I tell people at my job, I drive a forklift, and people say, "Oh, he hit me," and and the first thing I come on my mouth, we can drug test me. I don't do drugs, alcohol, none of that. And and they see me walk with a smile every day.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't ask me like, "Man, you okay?" I said, "Man, you don't understand. I'm just happy because I never experienced this."
Wow. You never experienced joy?
This is joy.
Before?
This is joy.
So when you were
I thought it was joy. I thought it was joy.
Yeah, because you said this, you had your celebrations.
Yeah,
you wake
that's
up
what I said. I thought it was joy.
getting high. You wake up drinking.
Joy. That wasn't joy.
Mm.
That was just happy spare moments.
Mm.
But my brother died when in 06, and when he got killed, that's when I really got heavy. Because I was in the streets, and my brother was a worker, and he went out and had my nephew car just joyride and go downtown and kick it with my sister. And some dumb old man, I'm telling you, they took my brother out of this world. And I used to I wanted to do a lot to a lot of people. Because
Wait, what happened? What was he in a collision?
They thought he had money because he was in a flashy car, and he was downtown at the bar with my sister, but they was outside and they plotting in the alley. It's 3 guys.
Mm.
And so when he getting ready to leave, he hugged my sister and get ready to leave. They run up behind the car and come on the driver's side and told him, know what it is. And my sister right there. And she told him, don't do nothing to my brother. But he thinking they coming to get the car, so he going in his pockets to give him the keys.
Mm-hmm.
But they thought he was going in the pocket to get a gun.
Mm.
They shot him one time in the neck and killed him.
Mm. That's awful.
And what's so crazy? Because my nephew, him and his best friend, they was riding around, and they was riding around, driving back to back behind each other, and in every neighborhood, and they go to Avondale, and some guys just opened up and shot at him, and his best friend got shot in the neck while he was driving.
Wow.
And you know, the first thing came to my mind was, how did he survive and my brother didn't? Oh, that used to tear me up too.
Mm.
But you know, like now that you know, I have a sober mind. You know, God wants more than him. Then I guess.
How did you deal with your brother's passing?
I for a long time I couldn't deal with it. I was hateful, evil, spiteful, angry. You know, everything.
Mm.
I didn't want nobody around me. And you know, I love to fight, and that's why I ain't had no friends, because I was trying to, you know, see if they wanted to fight.
Your friends? You fight your friend?
I was fighting anybody. I didn't care when I was drunk and everything. And that was another reason why I stopped drinking too, because I broke my leg fighting.
Tell me about that.
We was at a sports bar, and we was on lunch, me and my coworkers, and it was a big white boy. It was two big white boys and a tall, skinny one. And I got a tribal on my neck, and they don't think black's supposed to have certain tattoos, but you know,
Tribal tattoo?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
So I heard the word, why did got that tattoo?
Oh, he used the N-word?
Yeah, and I'm sitting up there like,
whoa.
I said, I know he didn't just say that. And then he said it again. So me and him, I'm drinking at the sports bar on lunch. And I had a warrant on me. So me and him just arguing. And
You approached him or he approached you?
I approached him.
Uh-huh.
I got tired. So I just jumped up, started talking crazy, and I choked him. But I'm like,
you went for the throat?
Yeah,
oh,
I'm like, I'm like 140, 50 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 300 and something. Yeah, man. You know, I always thought I could beat everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I choked him, and I'm choking him real heavy. And I seen his eyes go in his head. Like, I said, yeah, I got him now.
In front of him with both hands?
Yeah, with both hands. You know. And I'm thinking he gonna fall that way, but he fell towards my way. And I told you, man, that whole 300-something pounds guy felt like he was 600-700 pounds, period.
Oh.
He fell on me, and we fell down, and next thing I know, they like, man, y'all need to get up. So he wake up, like, what happened? So I'm getting ready to try to jump up, because I don't know if he about to try to swing. So him and his friends ended up leaving. He was telling them about what happened, but they was leaving. So my coworker like, man, come on, let's go, man, before the police come, because they just said they calling the police.
Mm-hmm.
Told you I just had a warrant on me, too.
Mm-hmm.
And I stood up like, oh. He's like, come on. I said, bro, it's something wrong. So I grabbed my leg, and I was like, I'm gonna just hop to the car, and then I'm gonna go to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
So when I grabbed my leg, because I knew my leg was broke.
You knew it was broke?
Yeah, because it couldn't move. It was like dangling.
Oh.
So when I tried to put my foot down, and my ankle like went that way.
Oh.
So he crushed my tibia and my ankle.
Oh.
And the whole thing about it, I was supposed to go to a party bus with my nephew. His birthday was that day, on a Friday.
And this was lunchtime on a Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And police came. I'm like, yeah, just take me to the hospital. And I seen the cop do the fire department like this, like, I said, oh, I'm about to go to jail.
Oh, they put him in handcuffs?
So I'm like, you know what? I don't want to go to the ambulance. I'm gonna take my own self to the hospital. I said, I'm gonna just get in my partner's car and go to the hospital. The cop was like, nah, you ain't going to the hospital. You got a warrant on you. About to go to jail.
Oh, no. So they found out about the warrant.
Man, listen, man. You talking about I was in so much pain in that cop car.
Mm-hmm.
And he took me to the hospital. Man, oh, man, oh, man. It just, whoever that was, God or whatever, hey, they was like, you know, we're going to just recite you. And you go to court. Because they didn't know you can't go to Justice Center with a broke leg.
Yeah, they saying that's in the hospital, or this is they took you to jail first?
Nuh-uh, they put me straight to UC. And he was like, you know what? I'm gonna just recite you, and you just handle this when you go to court and everything. But I was in the hospital for a minute because I had to learn how to walk again.
Really?
I had to use crutches. Man, it was crazy. Now I came home, man, and you know, the doctor told me, like, you need to stop drinking because your bones is not healing properly. But you know, when you that put me in a depressed mode, really, because it felt like I couldn't do nothing I used to do.
And who was taking care of you?
I was taking care of myself, but I was over my mama's house, somewhere I didn't want to be at. And, but it wasn't crazy, man. You know, me and my mama, we starting to see eye to eye now because I don't drink no more. But you know, my mama actually told me before she wished I was dead instead of my brother. And it sunk in my head for a long time. But you know, like my sister used to tell me, you know, I was embarrassing.
She said that because of your behavior.
Yeah.
How many times did your mother had to come bail you out or help you or those kinds of things?
Nah, I didn't need no help for nothing. Because when I was in jail, if I was in jail, you know, I didn't call on nobody. I know how to survive my own.
How many times did you get locked up?
I got locked up. Off of just stupidity or off of just getting money?
All of it.
I got 3 numbers. I got 3 penitentiary numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I shot somebody with my first number. I was 17. Well, I was 16. They waited till I got 17 to bail me over to the big house. And I did 5 years there.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one, I had did a misuse of credit card. I was working at Speedway, and I was taking customers' printouts of cards to get their card number.
You was taking the carbon.
No,
copy.
I was taking the copy instead of the card, and order stuff, get gas. It was a lot of dumb stuff.
And the police caught up with you over that.
They caught up with my baby mama. Because me and her was together, but they didn't see me on camera. They seen her. But they got the whole thing about she wouldn't have had it if it wasn't for me. Because one of the customers is a faithful person down at Speedway. And that's the one who said that, you know, she lost her card and everything, and found out that we spent all that money on her card. But
oh, so y'all was That was a husband and wife team.
Yeah, me and my married. Yeah. I don't regret nothing that I did because I learned everything about it though, for real. But it just.
You saying you had to go through it in order to be who you are
Yeah,
today?
to where I am today.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be so excited about myself because I never thought I'd see this lifestyle. Then I got a lot of people that's, looking for me to fail. That's how because,
So they know you've been clean for 16 months now. And you feel like they watching you. Wait, he'll be back.
Yeah.
Back.
Because I don't hang with that crowd or nothing no more. I don't even like being around people, period. Thanksgiving, my mama didn't wanted me to go after my nephews, and I ain't want to be bothered because I know they about to drink and smoke, and I ain't trying to be around it. It ain't like, it don't tempt me because I'm strong enough. I done been around it, so it's not like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be weak. It's just I don't like that environment no more.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm tired of, when you intoxicated and drunk, and high, all you do is lie. For real. For real.
You remind me it was a couple of celebrity athletes. He was announcing the game. I think it was halftime. He was talking about what they're going to do when they retire.
Yeah.
He said, we going to go to a tropical location, go on the bank, go on the beach, drink beers, and lie.
Yeah, that's all you do is lie.
Yeah.
That you figure out who lying the most or who lying the biggest. You got so many. You want to get this, you want to do that, but you'll never get it because you always want to stay intoxicated. I had a job that my boss used to give me cases of beer. I used to work third shift in Fairfield, and he used to give me beer and tell me it's in the bushes, and he'd leave about 12 o'clock and go put them in the bushes, and he said that's the only way I can do my job if I stay intoxicated. And that was another reason why I used to drink a lot too, because you would think people think that's normal, like I said.
Wait, he said that's the only way he can do his job?
No, that's the only way I was doing my job. I was a machine operator then.
You thought being drunk was the only way you could do your job.
Mm-hmm. I was doing, man, I was hitting numbers. And it was a white guy on first shift. They top dog him. They talked so highly about him. And I started working there. And I told him, like, let me do this machine. I said, I know how to work machines and everything. So I started doing the machine. I started figuring it out and everything. Next thing I know, I'm running it. And when it breaks down, I know how to fix it.
Really?
Wow. Yeah, I know how. Yeah.
You learn how to fix it yourself?
Uh-huh. And
but only while you drunk.
Only while I was drunk.
You like Popeye. You wasn't spinach was your strength. It was alcohol.
And man, and it was like 3 days in a row I had beat first shift numbers. But I didn't know he was getting big bonuses. But I guess his bonus for me was giving me beer. And, but he came and got me out of jail because I caught an OVI. And, he gave me his truck so I can drive and make sure I get back and forth to work.
He let you use his truck?
Uh-huh.
So you was working for him at his store?
No, we was at a factory.
Oh, a factory.
That was my supervisor.
And he didn't mind that you was drunk because you was putting out the numbers.
I told you he didn't care because I was pushing out numbers.
Wow.
And he was getting bonuses. So, yeah.
Who would you say, out of all of the years that you spent high or drunk, who would you say you hurt the most that you regret?
My daddy. My daddy, because my daddy never thought I was a drug dealer. He thought I was because my daddy and my mama Candy, she's in Houston. They raised me, but I was always at my mama's house. And, when I was with them, I was the good guy. When I was with my mom and them, I was the bad guy. And I told you my daddy, I got shot when I was 4 years old. And that really irked me too, because he was in a wheelchair.
Oh, he was paralyzed from then on?
Yeah.
In a wheelchair.
And they we was in church and they was trying to stand him up in church, and that had never happened because his legs and his spine. And
they
but I didn't
laying hands on him, trying to believe in God for his healing.
Man, but I didn't know my daddy. When you're in a chair, when you're in a wheelchair, you don't think people be that tall. Man, when I seen they stand my daddy up, my daddy was 6'4". And I used to be like, man, why I couldn't be that tall? But my granny was short. And I was my daddy's only child. But we stayed in Avondale, and I was with the Blair boys. And we used to fight. And she used to always call him come and get him because I can't raise him no more, and he just getting out of control. But I went from gangbanger to selling drugs. And the only reason why I started selling drugs because my mama ain't never give me no money. And she hated my daddy though, so she hated me.
You couldn't work? You wasn't old enough to work?
Who?
When you was before you started selling drugs, you was out there fighting, you wasn't old enough to work?
I was 14.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't even think about a job because, I was in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
And
were you still in school at this point, or you had dropped out?
I was still in school. I went from Hughes to Woodward. And in 91, I had shot somebody. And I'm doing 5 years.
How did you get caught?
He went to my mama's house. Because I was staying in Hamilton.
The person you shot?
Yeah, because they found out I came back in Cincinnati. I was in Hamilton. I was at one of my little female friends. I hid out there for about maybe a month and a half. But I couldn't make no money out there because I didn't know nobody. So I'm like, man, I need to go back to the city so I can make some money. But I had money, but I didn't want to go broke.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, my best friend like, man, get down here, it's jumping. I done made this, and that. And I'm like, oh, I know I gotta get down there. So I get down there, and I was only supposed to stay for 2 days. I ended up staying for about almost a week. And I understand her that she came down there, and they seen me on the corner, and he asked is that Lee? And they was like, yeah. He was like, where you stay at? And they told him where my mama stayed at. And just so happened that night, I didn't want to go to my mama's house because me and my friends, we stayed out all night. And I was like, man, we need to just go over here and crash at my mama's for a minute. My mama didn't even know I did anything. They had my mama house surrounded. Me and him in the bedroom, my bedroom. I'm in there knocked out sleep. They come through the door. She didn't know what was going on. They asked for me. She's like, yeah, he in the room. What's going on? He's like, you need to let me get in here so they open up the door like, you such and such. And I'm like, yeah. She's like, you need to come with me. You got a warrant for you. I'm like, what? So I'm getting ready to jump out the window.
Oh, these are the cops?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm getting ready to jump out the window.
Mm-hmm.
And by me getting ready to jump out the window, I see cops all by the window. I'm like, oh, it's over. So I go to court. Now I go to 2020 first.
So the guy you shot survived?
Mm-hmm.
But he sent the police to your mom's house?
Yeah. I go to 2020, and they bound me over to the Justice Center. I got out on bond. We doing some stupid stuff, drinking and smoking weed, driving around. And my friend driving, I'm in the passenger side. And my other friends, three of my friends in the back seat. And we listen to music. And these two people, I never know they was cops though. They revealed themselves. They looking at us. But just I told you, we was beefing with people from downtown. So we thinking it's them. So I hear them mumbling, but we got the window up. I rolled the window down like, what the hell y'all just say? And they was talking crazy. And I just pulled my gun out, and when I pulled it out, I pointed at them like I was gonna shoot, but I didn't shoot. Mm-hmm. But they went like this and went for cover. You know, we high and drunk. We laughing. We was right there on Red Road, right there by Kentucky Fried Chicken. Mm-hmm. And we riding down Eden Park. And next thing I know, we get to the White Castles, and we see like 4 cop cars. And that car was with the cop cars. My friend that was driving seen everything. Like, bro, they come. So he ended up trying to get in my lap because he thought they was going to shoot. And I'm like, man, no, we got to go. He
jumped over your side.
Yeah, so we took him on the chase. We go through Eden Park. When we go to Eden Park, I jumped out. But I had my ankle got caught on the seatbelt. So I almost died. And I jumped in the woods and stayed in the woods probably about like 4 hours. And all I heard all that night, I was hearing ambulance, cops. I'm like, man, I hope they ain't kill none of them, or they ain't do nothing stupid. And I go down there it's the museum right there on Gilbert. Mm-hmm. Remember the old museum at the bottom? Mm-hmm. I think it was Channel 9 or something right there. Mm-hmm. And I was in the woods right there, and I whistled for a cab. Cab pulled over. I said, oh yeah, as soon as I go home, I'm gonna change my clothes, probably see what's going on with them. Plus I had a lot of money on me. So
how much money we talking?
Probably like 6,000-7,000. And
you trying not to get it robbed though?
I just had it on me because I just hit big licks, and we were just riding around, just having fun. I was supposed to took it and dropped it out, but riding with them, I ain't think. But I get in the cab, so I put all my money in my phone on the seat. I'm sitting up there like, man, just let me get to the house. I said, man, just take me on Blair. Take me on Blair. I give you $100. You know, money is stop anything. He's like, oh, yeah. So we're going through the roadblock up there on Gilbert by the beginning of Eden Park.
There's a police roadblock?
Yeah, police right there. I didn't even know nothing about it. So he's like, man, we got to go through this police roadblock. And I don't know what happened, but it's a lot of cops in this. I said, man, just keep going. So he had to stop, and they looking at every car. And they see me in the back seat. I'm like, oh, man, I hope they don't do nothing. Next thing I know, we get up to about a U-Haul. It was like, man, 1,000 of them. The cab said, I gotta stop. I said, no, I'll give you more money, go. He said, nah, I gotta stop. They hollered, is anyone in the back seat? I said, tell him no, tell him no, tell him no. He looked at me in the back seat. He was like, yeah. As soon as he said, yeah, they opened up the door with the guns. I said, oh, it's over. So my mom was in Vegas. She had to cancel her trip to get back to the city. I had to hear from that. I'm all types of dumb mother and stupid mother.
And you a teenager at this time?
I was 16.
16.
But I told you I just shot somebody, and then I did this aggravated riot and assault on police and everything. So the judge like, I don't want to give you a bond. So you're a menace to society. You're gonna stand here till you go to court. So once I knew I wasn't getting out of jail, I knew it was over. And dude that I shot kept coming to court. And he was an older cat too. And they gave me 3 to 15, and I ended up doing 5 years. But I probably could have got out earlier, but you know, that was my first time in jail, and I was never used to nobody telling me what to do. Or I gotta eat when they want, man. I can't do that. That jail is not for me.
What was the worst part of being in jail?
Being away from my family. I'm gonna tell you, it really woke me up when I used to have to go get my oldest daughter, and take her to school and pick her up, and we kick it till her mom would get out from work, and then I take her home, and we start back over the next day. And one morning I didn't come, and then the next morning I didn't come. She didn't want to go to school no more. And she ended up asking, like, where my daddy at? They said, your daddy in jail. So she came down there with the mama, and she said, she about 4 years old, like, Daddy, if you love me, you wouldn't go to jail no more.
Wow.
And that's what really, like, made me stop being in the streets like how I used to be.
A 4-year-old.
Yeah.
Might have saved your life.
Yeah, it probably did, for real. But then she actually told me she tired of me being around her when I drink, because I embarrass her.
Now, how old was she when she said that?
She was probably like 15.
Sound like something a teenager would say.
Yeah, she was about 15.
But let's go back to your dad before we wrap it up. How do you, what was the moment that you knew you really hurt your dad?
When I was in jail. My daddy ain't never been in jail.
He came to visit you?
Yeah, he didn't want to come and visit me.
As he was in a wheelchair now,
yeah.
right?
He said he ain't want to see me caged in like an animal. And it was like every time I called him, that's why I stopped calling him too, because it was like every time I was calling him, he was just crying. He was hurt. He was hurt. I know he was. Because he went from a child that was in the church to a child that was in the streets. I heard a lot of people and didn't even think about it. Because I was always just thinking about myself.
Tell me about the moment when you're being picked up and you're going to rehab. Tell me about that.
What you mean?
You said they picked you up in the car.
I thought I wanted. Let me tell you, this was so crazy because I was with my youngest daughter, no, my middle daughter, and I done already went down to the library. And I was talking to these people at GCB, and I told them, like, man, I'm ready to go to treatment because I'm tired of drinking. So they calling everybody around to see where I can go into a rehab. And Woodhaven called, and they gave Woodhaven my number, and I talked to Woodhaven. Woodhaven was like, yeah, if you're serious, we'll be down there in the morning at 8 o'clock. We'll have somebody come and get you. I'm like, okay then. I said, okay. So now I'm like this, okay. I said, man, is y'all serious? It's like, yeah. And gave my mom an address. So that whole day, I'm already like, oh, I'm about to get towed up. And I'm about to go to rehab. I'm about to stop drinking and everything. And I kicked it with my daughter. And I told my daughter and everything, like, what I was about to do. And she was like, Daddy, I hope you do it for real. So I go to my mama's house. My mama said I ain't allowed in there. So that whole night, I couldn't go nowhere because these people coming in the morning right here. And I didn't want to go somewhere and then I'll probably oversleep.
But you knew you was about to get your last ride. Right.
So I went to the store, got me like a 12-pack, and I had like an eighth of weed on me. I sat right there on my mama's step and got high and drunk by myself. And I passed out on the steps. I woke up by like 4:30, almost 5 o'clock. I had like $4 on me. And I was like, they about to come, but I need to just go get me another beer. I said, but I don't want to walk and I don't want to catch the bus. So I'm like, man, thinking. So my mama, she opened the door like, I thought you was leaving. I said, it ain't 8 o'clock. They ain't called me. So I get the call and what's his babe? I get the call and they like, well, we on our way. So I'm like, okay. So I get in there, I put my bags in, I get in there. You know, I had this like feeling in my stomach, like about to throw up or something. And I'm like, man, can you please just stop at the gas station right quick? I said, I got to get something to drink, some water, something. I'm trying to get me another beer before I leave. But I'm going to drink the beer real fast before I jump back in the van. That man said, they said, He said, here, I got a bottle of water right here. So I'm like, man, it can't be right. So as we getting up 75, he was like, oh, I meant to tell you too. The only way you come back to Cincinnati and we bring you back, you got to complete the program. But you can leave at any time you want to. And all in my mind, I'm like, I got to go to the program because guess what? There's nobody going to come up to Dayton.
To get you.
Yeah,
if you wanted to quit.
If I wanted to start there, I didn't. And I really ain't about to go just somewhere in Dayton I really don't know nothing about it. I was like, do what's best. And here I am today. But everybody actually knew I was gonna be the one that didn't fall back. I was so serious into it and everything, and they seen that spark in me. That's why a lot of them, they still keep in touch with me. And when they get problems, they call me and talk. Just like one of them called me. He was intoxicated, and his wife told him that he can't see his kids because he keep drinking. And he the same one that was up there in treatment about to leave because he wanted to be with them kids and that girl.
He was in treatment with you?
And he completed the program and everything, but he went back to it. And everybody had like they said, you got to be tired. If you ain't tired yet, you're gonna always relapse. And they say you relapse before you relapse.
It starts in your mind.
Yeah,
because that's what we teach in Powerful Living. When you take a look at your life, it's like, are you willing to take a look at your life and the things that you're getting out of your life and say to yourself that I want something different. It ain't about nothing being wrong. It ain't about nothing needing to be fixed because you're not broken. You are a person who makes choices. And the things that you have in your life are a product of your choices.
Right.
And you never get anything out of your life until your choices change.
That's true.
So you've been sober for how long now?
16 months. It'd be next Thursday. No. Next Wednesday it'd be 17 months. 8/8/23. August 8th, 2023.
Well, I'm proud of you, Lee.
Everybody, my mama proud of me. Everybody, they couldn't believe this, to see the person I am, though. But I done gained so much, and there's more to come. It's just I'm being patient, being humble, and not just jumping fast straight into it. And I've been in this job over a year, and it's like they rely on me. They everything. Lee, can I get you to do this? Lee, it's like they so excited about they can trust a black man. And that makes me feel good.
So you're a valuable part of a team.
Yeah.
And it means something to you.
Yeah, and I look forward to it. Just like they told me, we ain't got to worry about if we need somebody here, I bet you Leah'll be here.
I love it. I love it, brother. Well, man, I appreciate this interview, and for those of you checking out this podcast, listen, this is what Powerful Living is.
Yes.
It's about us sharing our stuff, and it ain't about us having too much pride to be able to not want to tell you what we've been through. No, it's just that we know that all of us have shortcomings, and all of us are a part of a family. And if we share how we've overcome then it's just an opportunity for us to help you overcome.
Mm-hmm.
When I share intimately about the stuff that I've been through, it's because I want to help you. It ain't because I think you being nosy, or I'm just being, just loose with my life or my stuff, or airing out my dirty laundry. And none of that stuff means anything to the kingdom of God. Because God says you confess your faults one to another and pray for one another so that you may be healed. And this brother Lee has been healed, and you'll hear more from him, because I definitely know it's going to be our last interview. And if you're struggling with drugs or alcohol, just understand, it's not that drugs or alcohol is your problem. It's that drugs and alcohol is your solution.
Yeah.
It's that every time that you feel like you're in a situation that you don't want to be, your solution is drugs or alcohol. And then you begin to get things out of your life that you may not want or enjoy. Bring shame to other people, cause your own life to go down, and have regrets and things from family members like Lee shared with you today. So we will definitely continue to bless God for what Lee is going through. If you have any need for help, you want to talk to somebody, contact us. 513-404-7793. We'll look out for you. I'll put you in touch with Lee.
Yeah.
His brother's doing well.
Yeah.
He'll help you.
Yeah.
He'll get you in touch with the people that helped him.
Uh-huh.
How long was your rehab?
Like 78 days.
78 days.
78 days.
Did it change your life, brother?
It changed everything about me.
And look at him now. He's doing well, a valuable part of a team. And it's possible for you, my friend. He's not special. Are you a superhero?
No.
He used to think he was.
Yeah.
A 40-pound man pick a fight with a 300-pound man. Hey, you think you're a superhero. But no, he ain't special. He's just a person who knows how to make choices. And that's what he's done. And you can do the same thing. We'll be in touch. Contact us, 513-404-7793. Check out our broadcast every Sunday morning, 10:30 a.m. And then join us afterward for our empowerment sessions, where we share our lives with each other, work on stuff together, become tools and helps for one another, because we all struggling. We all struggling, and we need each other. Henry Flowers here on behalf of Lee.
Amen.
Signing off. You know we ain't going nowhere. I'm coming back.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, friend. Thank you so much for being with us in this podcast over the airwaves of YouTube or wherever you find your podcasts. Thank you so much for being a part. Make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and feel free to share this information with anyone who you believe could use a little bit more power in their lives. Speaking of power, be sure to join us on Sunday mornings as we gather together in the Cincinnati area at 5616 Wolfpen Pleasant Hill Road in Milford, Ohio. We will be in the upper room at General Dentistry. 10:30 a.m. on Sunday mornings is when we gather together. We have an empowerment session immediately after the broadcast. This is where the true powerful living is put into practice. If you want to come together and work on something with me, one-on-one coaching in a group setting, then you want to be a part of the empowerment sessions. I cannot tell you how many testimonies and how much transformation has occurred as a result of these empowerment sessions. You want to be here. The church, being the church, people coming in with their stuff, working on it with me using biblical principles and getting real transformation in real time so that we ourselves can be empowered, then we can be able to go and empower others. My friend, that is what powerful living is. So you definitely want to join us in the empowerment sessions in person, and also you can join us live via Zoom, and the Zoom information is in the description box. Join us 10:30 a.m. every Sunday, Eastern Standard Time. Look forward to seeing you there. Many of you have been asking how you can give and support Powerful Living Ministries. I have a few options for you. I often go and speak to our young people who are just living in desperate times. Not really sure if I would want to be a young person living in these times with these societal norms that are just banging, banging, banging at the door of their moral houses. And they need help. So the help that I deliver when I go and speak to these young people are through powerful testimonial speeches, motivational speeches, whatever you want to call it, but biblical principles and same things I deliver in the empowerment sessions and in the podcast is what I deliver when I speak to colleges and high schools. Now, I often go and speak about what I wrote in my book, which is titled Bored to Death. 5 steps to gear up and be about that life. This is a pulling together of personal stories, things that I have lived through, and how I went from where I was living on the streets of Detroit and how I survived the streets of Detroit and created a life that I love. When I had all of the obstacles in my way, I had the perfect recipe to become a statistic. How did I overcome? What did I do? Well, those questions are answered in my book, Bored to Death, in 5 easy steps. I share these steps with young people and I get transformation and I see transformation. Their lives are empowered on a daily basis. This is powerful living in action when I go and speak to these young people. Now, how you can come alongside is a couple of ways. You can obviously give directly to this ministry if you want to reach out to us, powerfulliving2022@gmail.com. You can reach out to us directly and just say, hey, Henry, how can I support your ministry financially? Also, you can text us or call, but likely a text would be better at 513-404-7793. Leave us a message and just tell us, I'd like to be involved financially. How can I support your ministry? And we'll get back to you there as well. Also, you can contact us about purchasing copies of my book so that when I go and speak to the young people in high school, sometimes I'll do middle schools, but most of the time it's high school and college, and those who are usually financially constrained and don't have the opportunity to purchase my book. If you purchase my book, every book that you purchase will be an opportunity for me to put another copy of my books in the hands of our young people. And so they can take home the message that I deliver in person, and they can be empowered and study and see what I did to create a life that I love, and therefore they'll be able to see themselves doing it as well. That's powerful living, and my friend, that is powerful giving, and I hope you will take us up on that opportunity. If you have feedback and you'd like to suggest a show topic, content ideas, if you have questions, if I said something that you don't agree with, whatever it is, whatever kind of feedback that you'd like to give, bring it. You can email us, powerfulliving2022@gmail.com. You can call us at 513-404-7793. However you get your information to us, just understand I will respond to you directly. I am open. Questions, concerns, show ideas, topics, anything you have in reference to feedback, you let me know. And especially tell us how this ministry has powerfully impacted your life, and I will likely share that on a live broadcast. Thank you so much for being a part of this ministry. I can't wait to see these empowerment sessions pop up all over the country, all over the world, and all over the lives of people. Powerful Living is there for you and me. Thank you, my friends. God bless you.